discuss what are the advantages of switches and what is spanning tree and what is looping problem we have discussed. Today let us discuss what is virtual local area network, how to connect it. Right. Dear students, in local area networks we have discussed that number of hosts or switches or hubs connected using cables. Using physical cable, we have seen that connected number of host means computer systems and hub through hub and switches. Right. Today let us discuss how to connect number of host means computer systems and number of local area networks using software. So by using software we will connect local area networks with number of hosts, that is called as virtual area network. So a station is considered part of a local area network if it is physically connected to that LAN. Of course, that is called as a physical connection of the local area network. Virtual area network, it means using software, not physical wiring, not using any cable or wire, we will not connect. Using software, if we connect a number of host or computer systems using switch or hub, that is called as a virtual local area network. So in this figure, you can see that there are three different groups, group 1, group 2 and group 3 with the number of hosts are connected by a single switch, right? So here in this black diagram we should observe that there is no any physical cables or wires. So all the routers using group 1, group 2, group 3 computer systems are connected with a switch using software, network software using protocols, right? So that is called as a virtual area network, right? So you should understand that virtual local area network means we can connect a number of local area networks with the number of computer systems using software. So this software will be designed by network engineers. That's why here group 1, group 2, group 3 we have mentioned. So group 1 means one administrator or network engineer is there. So he will design a software to connect a number of groups or number of local area networks. So this is called as a virtual area network. Right. So these are different configuration of the virtual local area network. So in this first black diagram, so we are seeing that there are three different virtual local area network connected with a single switch, right? Connected with a single switch of virtual local area network software. So the meaning of virtual local area network means using a software, using some specific network software, how to connect different local area network with the number of computer systems, right? In the second black diagram we are seeing that there are three switches, switch A and switch B are connected with a backbone of the network, right? In switch A there are 5 systems are connected. In switch B there are 4 different computer systems are connected. So then combining switch A and switch B with different computers with backbone of the network. So using virtual local area network, using multiple switches also, we can connect any number of computer systems, right? So that is called as virtual area network, virtual local area network. That's why in second figure, 2 switches in a backbone using virtual local area network software. So using virtual local area software, we can connect any number of switches with any number of computer systems. So this virtual local area network, so what are the parameters are there to understand? So first one is membership. What is this membership? Vendors means users different characteristics such as interface numbers, port numbers, right? MAC address, IP address, IP multicached address are a combination of 2 or more of these if we use more than 1 switches in the virtual local area network. So this is called as a membership. Means in the previous block diagram we have seen that there are different groups, right? Different groups. So each and every group should be membered in that particular switch. Then only they can connect. Otherwise they cannot. Using specific port numbers and using Midi access control address, that is MAC address, IP multicached address. Otherwise they cannot become a membership of that particular switch. So in this virtual local area network, so membership is one parameter to understand. Next one is interface numbers. Of course, interface number in microcontroller or microprocessor, you might be observed that what is interface, right? Suppose if you want to connect any logical controller, right, or stepper motor, their interface is important, right? You will write a program and execute it. After that you will dump a program into a hardware, right? Then how to connect, for example, stepper motor or any 7 segment display and all. So using interface only. So how to connect physical devices with the software, that is called as a interface. So in interface there is, for each and every hardware system to connect with software, there is some specific number, that is called as a interface number. So some virtual local area network vendors use switch interface numbers as membership characteristic. As I told you, that is interface 1, interface number 2, 3, 4, etc. Next is Midi access control address. So without MAC address, we cannot connect. We cannot, means any port system cannot connect with any local area address or with any system. So we need Midi access control address. So Midi access control address actually 48-bit. In previous sections we have discussed what is Midi access address. These also membership characteristics. For example, administrator can stipulate that station this is 48 address, right, using virtual local area network. So after that, let us see what is IP address. IP address is nothing but internet protocol address, right? These are also very important in wireless or wired communication system. Without IP address we cannot use internet. So internet protocol address is important, compulsory in any networking. So here internet address is actually 32-bit IP address. Don't confuse. MAC address is 48-bit, but IP address is 32-bit only. Examples here we can see. Next is multicached IP address. So multicached IP address is a membership. This also membership characteristic. So we can use different group of IP address, right? So combination of IP address and multicached IP address and MAC address also we can use. That is recently the software available from vendors allows all these characteristics to be combined. We can combine interface numbers, MAC address, IP address, multicached IP address. We can combine all these 4 addresses in a single virtual local area network. So that is called as a combination of membership address. Now let us discuss what is configuration in the virtual local area network. So mobile stations or communication stations are configured in one of 3 ways, right? See, configuration means how to configure software and hardware devices in the network. That is called as a configuration. Please understand, virtual local area network will be connected through software only. Now how to connect hardware and internet using configuration. So there are 3 ways to connect virtual local area network. First one is manually we can connect. Second one is semi-automatically we can connect, and using complete automatic system we can configure virtual area network. So this is called as configuration. So there are 3 types of configuration systems. First one is manually, second one is semi-automatically, third one is automatically. Now let us see one by one what is manually, right? So manual configuration is nothing but the network administrator uses the virtual local area network software to assign the stations into different wireless local area network setup. Later, migration from one wireless virtual local area network to another is also done manually. So it means physically a network administrator can connect virtual local area network. So this is called as manual configuration. So software itself cannot configure. Actually, a network administrator means a person. A network administrator is a person, well-known person. He should be knowing what is network concept, what is network administrator. So actually, he will design that virtual local area network software to connect switches and number of hosts. So that is called that person is called as a network administrator, right? So the term manually means administrator type of the port numbers, IP address, MAC address, and IP address. So this is called so manually we can connect IP address, MAC address, port address, and interface address. In previous PPT we have discussed. So this is called as manual configuration. Now let us automatic configuration. So automatic configuration means once a network designer designs set of software programs for connecting virtual local area network means automatically for any host system it should be connected. So that is called as a automatic configuration using software only. So in any automatic configuration, different stations are automatically connected or disconnected. Once the network operations will be completed, automatically it has to be disconnected from the virtual local area network using criteria defined by the administrator. So only once network administrator will configure, then automatically how to connect and how to disconnect will be taken care by the software, complete software. That is called as automatic configuration. What is semi-automatic configuration? So here both network designer and software will come into the picture when there will be network is need to be connected. So that is called as semi-automatic configuration. So manual configuration means every time a network administrator should be there. Automatic configuration means once a network administrator design the software, so automatically there will be connection and disconnection from a virtual local area network. Semi-automatic configuration means both network administrator and software will be there for manual configuration. That is called as automatic configuration. So usually initializing is done manually, with migrations done automatically, as I told you. Right. So configuration means network configuration, virtual local area network configuration will be done by three ways: manual configuration, automatic configuration, and semi-automatic configuration. Now let us see what is communication between different switches, right? So first let us discuss communication between switches. So in the previous virtual local area network we have seen that in the backbone of the network there are two different switches have been connected with number of computer host system. That is called as communication between switches. So using virtual local area network, we can connect any number of switches. That is called as communication between switches. Now, in a multiple switched backbone, each switch must not only which station belongs to which virtual local area network, but also the membership of stations need to be connected to other switches. Of course, if there is no membership of MAC address, IP address, port address of any number of hosts, they cannot connect with number of switches with backbone of switches, right? That is called as communication between switches. Three methods have been devised for this purpose: table maintenance, frame tagging, and time division multiplexing. Dear students, in previous concept we have discussed that what is table maintenance, right? Forwarding table and learning table we have discussed. So table means updating information every time when any source node will send the information to the destination. So every time that routing table will be maintaining the information, sender information, and number of intermediate computer systems and destination information, address or any information will be maintained automatically updating in the network table. So that is called as a table maintenance. Then frame tagging. So frame is nothing but information or data which will be sent by the source to the destination. Then how to maintain that information in the switches, that is called as a frame tagging. And time division multiplexing. Of course, time division multiplexing in communication, digital communication or in analog communication, you might be discuss that time division, code division and frequency division multiplexing. So time division, how to divide the total number of available time into equal number of slots, that is called as time division multiplexing. Now let us discuss what is table maintenance. So as I told you, table maintenance means when a station sends a broadcast information, frame is nothing but information to its group members, means number of hosts. The switch creates an entry in a table and records station membership. Of course, here all the membership information should be maintained in the table, routing table. Right, the switches send their table to another periodically for updating. Of course, the switch will send that information to other table periodically for updating. Understood. So table maintenance means in switching also. So whatever the frame means, address information will be there, will be periodically updating. That is called as a table maintenance. Now in switches, what is frame tagging? Frame tagging, yes, I told you, frame is nothing but information. So every time once a sender or source computer system will send the information to the destination. So every time it needs to be updated. That is called as a frame tagging. When a frame is traveling between switches, an extra header is added to the Midi access control frame to define destination virtual local area network. Of course, one extra header will be there because here we are discussing about virtual local area network. So that's why extra header information should be added to the Midi access address. The frame tag is used by the receiving switches to determine the virtual local area network to be receiving the broadcast message. Of course, the frame tag, at the receiving of the switches, it determines the virtual local area network, means what is the broadcast message from which mobile computer with different MAC address. So will be shown in the header, extra added header in the Midi access control. Now what is time division multiplexing? So simple definition, you should know that time division multiplexing means, so in any network the total number of available time will be divided into equal number of slots for sending the information. That is called as a time division multiplexing. So in this method, the connection means, connection is nothing but trunk in the communication system between switches is divided into time shared channels. That's it. The total number of time will be divided into equal number of time shared channels. Now, what is IEEE standard? Let us see. So IEEE standard is nothing but for each and every protocol. For example, in Bluetooth also we have seen what is IEEE, and in Ethernet also we have seen what is specific IEEE standard address. So here also in virtual local area network, the standard IEEE address is IEEE 802.1. It has developed in the year of 1996. Right. So that is called as 892.1Q in 1996. It defines the format for frame tagging. Right. The standard also defines the format to be used in multi-switched backbone and enables the use of multi-vendor equipment in virtual local area network. Right. So in 1996, whatever the IEEE standard defined, that is IEEE 802.1Q, has opened the way for further standardization in other issues related to virtual local area network. Most vendors have already accepted the standard, right? So for the virtual local area network, the IEEE standard protocol address is 802.1Q. That's a virtual local area network IEEE address. So these are how to communicate, how to create the communication between number of switches using virtual local area network, right? So these 3-4 concepts we should consider: table maintenance, frame tagging, and time division multiplexing. Under time division multiplexing, what is the IEEE standard protocol? That is 802.1q. Now, what are the advantages of virtual local area network? Let us see. There are several advantages to you of the virtual local area network. First one is cost and time reduction. Of course, virtual area network, there is no much software or network administrator are required, because there are 3 configuration as we discussed. First one is manual connection of the virtual area network when any number of groups or local area network are to be connected. Next one is semi-automatic virtual local area network connection. So third one is complete automatic connection for the virtual area network. So using these 3 concepts, cost and time reduction will be there. So virtual local area network can reduce the migration of cost going from one group to another instead of physically moving one station to another. So because automatic virtual local area network is also there, because of that, if there is only completely physical connections or manual connection, of course cost and time reduction will be more. But there are 3 concepts. We can use any automatic connection or complete semi-automatic or complete automatic connections. So using software, that's why cost and time reduction will be there. Means once we design any software, once we develop any software, that is enough. That is enough. Every time no need to be write the software, means develop the software. That's why cost and time reduction is minimum, less. Creating virtual work groups, of course, using virtual local area network, so we can create virtual work groups. For example, we are taking online classes, so this is nothing but creating virtual work groups, right? So in the virtual local area network, we have seen that in a single switch there are 3 groups have been connected. Now we are taking class, any number of students can attend, can connect to any teaching. So that is called as creating virtual work groups, right? So here security is also there. Of course, security must be there in any networking system, right? Security is very important, as we know that in our mobile also security must be there. Otherwise anybody can hack our mobile, and they can hack any information from our mobile. And also nowadays we are using, right, net banking system, Paytm, Payphone, Google transformation and all. So if there is no security, any outside person, any outside person can hack our user ID and password, and he can transfer the amount or any information, important messages or anything they can hacker. That's why security system is very important in the network. Now that's why virtual local area network provides an extra measure of security. So this is very important. So what are the advantages? Cost and time reduction will be there. We can create virtual work groups like online classes, right? And security. Virtual local area network can provide an extra measure of security. Means security system will be there in the virtual area network.